Hello and welcome to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming. I finally got here. The Warhammer Fest preview, predictions, hopes and dreams, wild ideas, that video. Because we got, how many days there? 6 days of Warhammer Fest goodness. Every day there's going to be a little bit of a stream and there will be models and games and books and all kinds of stuff shown off. So I wanted to go through what I think is going to be shown off, and then at the end we'll go through what I want to be shown off, because I have a lot of wants. If you saw my little post in the community tab last night, I think, well, there you go, depends where you are, I posted a big image about the whole epic 40,000 range. That's not going to happen, but I won't talk about that. All right, so we can see on the image that we've got on screen at the moment the days of what they're going to be doing. So Monday, Age of Sigmar, Tuesday and Friday is Warhammer, because seriously, we have a lot. Black Library, box games, and a mystery, which I think we know already what that mystery is going to be. But at the top of that image, we have some banners with icons. So it's pretty straightforward. We'll start from left to right. We got a fleur-de-lis, if we pronounce it correctly. It's obviously Sisters of Battle, and we'll talk about that when we do the Warhammer section. We got the Warhammer logo, that's just general Warhammer, but we'll be covering like box games and probably some other stuff too, like animated series, video games, things like that. We have the Stormcast Eternal icon there. Obviously, we're going to get some new Stormcast Eternal because it's been somewhat quiet. We got the occasional character, but nothing new there. We got Orcs. We have 2 versions of the Warhammer Underworlds icon, and I'm trying to look through as well. It gets a bit difficult at the back there. Looks like we've got a Necromunda icon as we start to go to the right hand side, and the big one there on the right hand side is a dragon dripping blood. Obviously this is for the Soulblight Gravelords, vampires and such forth. So let's get stuck into Monday the 3rd and Age of Sigmar. Obviously we're going to be getting more information on the Soulblight Gravelords. I think that's a given. What I think will be interesting is how that comes out. Are we going to get like an army box like we did with the Lumineth and Sisters of Battle? I really think that's a good idea. I really do like those kind of boxes that they put out. You get a lot of value in that. Or I'm leaning towards, isn't it time for a new starter box set for Age of Sigmar? So Soul Wars, which was the last one, came out in 2018. I don't think this will be a new edition. They might update the rules a bit, but I think it's time for a new box set. And in that will probably be Soulblight Gravelords. This is just a guess and a prediction. So I think that's sort of what I am anticipating. We also do have the Vampire Hunters as well. We've got 2 models for those. We've got a lot of stuff in Curse City, and I will talk about Curse City a little bit in just a second. So there may be some more human faction-y type things coming out. And I think humans in Cities of Sigmar need a bit of love. So it's also a possibility that there may be some very secret stuff in the background, and they're going to be releasing all of that. So some more human models focused on vampire hunting, and then in a starter set with the Soulblight Gravelords. Possibly, that's a possibility. Otherwise, I don't really know what models are going to come out. We're getting towards the end of Broken Realms. I believe we've got one more book coming out, and that might shake things up and set about where this story progresses from here. I don't know, we'll see. I'm actually really excited for it to see what they're going to do, because I'm really into the whole undead type thing that they've been doing in Age of Sigmar at the moment. So while I would be probably talking about Curse City in the Boxed Games stream, which is on Thursday the 6th, I'm going to take the assumption that there is no more Curse City. It is not coming back, or I want it to come back. I don't think it will. So what are they going to do with all those models? Because they have all the models from the expansions. The releases that they were going to have for Curse City, which were expansions, they're not going to throw those models away. Maybe they had a bunch of packaging all ready for it, and they're going to ship them out and store them somewhere. They'll probably take them back now, get rid of the packaging, and just sell them as models. I think that's probably the most logical thing that they will do, because they're already going to have Age of Sigmar rules. Or if they want to take it a bit to the extreme, they could repackage it into Warcry. I doubt that. I think they're just going to repackage it as for Age of Sigmar and be done with it. So we could be getting a whole bunch of undead and more heroes and things like that. All right, enough about Age of Sigmar. Let's go to Warhammer 40k. We know for the most part what is going to be coming. Sisters, we're going to get some more trailers. We get an idea about the Codex. Beast Snaggers, that's obviously going to be coming. We've only seen 2 models so far, so we're going to be seeing the Codex for the new Orcs. I think the new Beast Snagger boys, not the replacement for the current boys kit. It's a different version of the boys kit. As you can tell, they're basically the same thing. Slightly bigger. They're not going to take the boys kit away. I love the boys kit. It needs a massive update. The Beast Snaggers boys is not the update that I wanted. It's a complete, almost like a different sub-faction. So we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of those. There's going to be some vehicles going to be pulled by giant squigs and things like that. Those are the 2 obvious reveals. So what else are we going to get? I think we're going to be getting information about a new campaign, or part 2 of the current campaign, which is, I can't remember, Rust and Ruin. Is that what it's called? Who knows? I think we'll be getting part 2 of that. They might even not continue with that and go another direction. One thing that we haven't had in a while is some new Space Marines, which is very, very surprising. I know Space Marines always get a lot of love, which is surprising that we haven't seen much. The last new models that we've seen were the Heavy Intercessors and the Captain with Heavy Gun, and they came out in the Kill Team Prior Nexus box, and those models were announced months and months ago. I don't think that obviously it's going to be the end. We may get some interesting characters. One theory I do have, and do I want to say this? Yes, I do. Starts with P, ends in Primarch. We could be getting a Primarch, but which Primarch? Okay, let's just theorize for a second. There'll be 2, obviously 2 that could come back, Lion and Lehman Russ. Either way, if one of those models came back, there would be an elite kind of unit that goes along that's very themed to that chapter. Possibly, that's a theory. But I don't know, that's starting to get into more like complete speculation and wish fulfillment. I think we're almost at a stage where we should be getting a Primarch. We could be getting a Demon Primarch. It's been rumored for a long time. I think that's probably more likely. So I don't know, but we do have 2 days of Warhammer reveals, so there's going to be a lot, and I just can't really pick what's going to be shown. And then we got the Black Library Day. I mean, I'm not going to say too much on that. We're going to get books. I think that's pretty much a guarantee. We'll probably see some more of the Siege of Terror. Let's see where that's going, because I can't remember how many books are going to be in that series, but I think we're definitely about halfway, definitely getting into the nitty gritty now. So we'll see how we go with that. And there'll be some other things. There might be some more on the new, whatever it's called is for the 40K series. See how that goes. So let's move on to boxed games. There could be a lot to talk about here. I'm just going through my notes that I just put down. I basically listed every box game. Firstly, I would have, like I've already said, I would have loved to talk about Curse City, but unless they pull something out of the bag, I don't think it's going to happen. Like I said in the Age of Sigmar part, they're going to repackage all those models and just do it as general Age of Sigmar. I don't see why they would be doing otherwise at the moment, unless they figure out all the issues going on with Curse City, whatever they are. Check out the link in the description for my thoughts on that, but I don't think that anything's really going to happen there. So we can cross Curse City off. Obviously, we have some new Underworlds. The Underworlds logo is shown twice in the banner image, so we're going to see something new. Possibly some new warbands. The current warbands aren't released yet. I think there is still one more they need to show off. I can't exactly recall. They may be hyping the next season already, or they'll probably have an expansion. This is what they usually do. Towards the end of a year, they will release a new season, and then the next couple of months, they'll release the warbands for that season. Then there'll be an expansion of some kind, and it might involve a model or so. And then later in the year, like end of November, early December, they'll release the new season. So I think we're going to see an expansion. We may get a teaser as to what the next season is. I don't really think they'll go that much detail or that much in depth, but we'll probably get something to do with an expansion. I'm expecting some Warcry love. I really am. We had the new version of Warcry last year. We haven't really seen any warbands, so most of the warbands that came out were just repackaged. We had the books for all the factions, which are really good to have. We did just get today on Warhammer Community an updated list and campaign for Lumineth Warlords, which is very good because they had a whole bunch of new models. I imagine we're going to see some more warbands, probably just a handful, and then possibly an expansion. That seems most likely to me. We may get a tease for Blood Bowl. I imagine they'll be showing off just a quick trailer and maybe a model or two of Blood Bowl of not warbands, but teams that are going to be coming, because they just released the new edition, season 2, new season, whatever it's called. I think we'll see another warband there. We also talked about Kill Team. I mean, I don't get where Kill Team is sitting at the moment. What's been released has either been models that would get a general release anyway. It seemed to be the Prior Nexus box was just to release those models rather than it to be a Kill Team expansion. In my perspective, that's what it felt like. It was just a way to get those models out into the world for people that really, really want to get them. The other thing has been terrain boxes, which is just repackaged terrain boxes. And that's sort of been it. So it's been a while since we've had a full expansion that's really been Kill Team focused. So I don't quite know where the game sits in the space of releases. I'd like to see something in expansion, similar to what they did with the Rogue Trader expansion. I still love those models. I have them on my shelf. Such a good set of models. So I'm hoping something like that, which is some cool, interesting, different aspect of 40K that we haven't seen, but I don't know. One game that has been so quiet is Aeronautica. Are we getting anything for that? Is anything coming? I don't know anymore. Is that a game that they're just completely forgotten about? I kind of remember when the last release was. It might have been in January at the absolute latest. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm just not 100% sure when that was. I think it was Tau releases came out and that was it. I hope it does get some love because I really love the models. I haven't played the game. I'm not that interested in playing the game, but the models themselves are really cool. So possibly we're going to get something there, or maybe it's just going to be just not mentioned at all. Products are still on the website. I don't know. I just get the feeling it's just not being used at all. So who knows? It's possible we might get a new game. It's possible, I don't think so, but we might. I didn't talk about Adeptus Titanicus simply because we just got a massive model that's been getting updates. It's one of the major lines that they're doing at the moment. I shouldn't say major update, they got a huge model, the War Titan Behemoth model, which looks amazing and I really want to get my hands on it. I didn't mention Necromunda, did I? Okay, Necromunda, there will be something for Necromunda. Guaranteed, whatever that is. I don't think it'll be a major thing. We may get a new book or a new roadmap for what's going to be coming out in the next 6 months next year, because we're due for another roadmap. But other than that, I don't know. This is more like, oh, they're going to show something, I just don't know what. Finally, and the big one, although they say it's a mystery, I honestly don't think it's a mystery. I think there's enough evidence out there, and not so much rumors, not confirmed facts either. I'm specifically talking about the Horus Heresy. There are a few videos that I specifically am thinking of. One of the major ones is Valrak's video about a month ago where he talked about Horus Heresy 2.0, and he has got from his sources that this is happening. He said there are sources that have been correct previously. So it's a source that he does trust based on the research that I've done with those sources. I believe that this is correct. We also have Leaky Cheese has done a look at the product codes, going really in depth and looking at what a product code is for Games Workshop and the code itself. And we can see that there is a new game code where Horus Heresy products were put in the code 01. I'm not going to go completely into detail, but 40k is 01. They now have a new code that says 30, and that seems to be all Horus Heresy models. They've branched it off from Warhammer 40k into its own product code, and that leads credence to a lot more models coming. It's taken to be more of the mainline thing. We've also got screenshots, and I think it's in Valrak's video, that he was given that show Horus Heresy at the same line as Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40k, and box games. It seems to be that it's going to be another flagship line, and because of that, the rumors probably are true. Speculation is we're getting a new plastic starter set. Firstly, it doesn't have one at the moment, and why not? I think Horus Heresy could be a really big seller. I'm not a huge fan of the older models of the game. It's simply because it's Space Marine versus Space Marine, and there are other factions, yes, but it's primarily Space Marine versus Space Marine, and yes, that was the focus of the Horus Heresy. I get it, but recently the resin models that they've been putting out, particularly for the Blood Angels, Dark Angels, have been exquisite. I just want to get them to collect them. They are very expensive. Hopefully we can get some plastic ones to make it cheaper, but I think it's about time that Games Workshop move it from Forge World to a certain degree, not everything, but move it to a main plastic line. I'm more certain about the Horus Heresy box set coming out than anything else I've spoken about, other than the obvious ones like Sisters and Beast Snaggers, things that are shown off in the little banners at the top of the image there. That's just what I'm going with. So now's the fun bit, complete utter speculation. I've already talked about Primarchs. Don't think it's impossible, whether it's a Loyalist Primarch or a Demon Primarch. It's definitely possible. Rumors have been around for a while. It could happen. I hope so. That'd be awesome. What I would like to see. Okay, I don't want to go into too much depth about this because I think I've talked about it before, but I want to save. If I talk about it, I want to go really in depth. I might do that on a live stream one time. Inquisitor, bring it back, you cowards. Seriously, bring it back at 28 millimeters. You don't even really need to release a whole bunch of models with it. Just a couple of models, the rule book, or like a little box set, and a massive rule book that has more role-playing rules in it, much more solid system, and I'm buying it. I want it. That's what I want. GW, don't be cowards, release it. The other game that I obviously want is Epic 40k to come back. I say this every single time. We're at a stage where it's almost primed and ready to go. We've got Adeptus Titanicus, so we've got plenty of Titans out there. We've got a whole bunch of flyers. Not quite, we need some more flyers to make it really feel like, okay, you know, we've got more factions going here. You know what they could do? They could release a tank game. Basically, we've got enough there. And then we just need infantry. I think that it would be amazing. The technology at the moment is amazing. I still believe that the Apocalypse box that, or books or whatever they put out a while back, was a secret playtest for Epic Rules. That's what I want to see. I still don't think it's going to be this year. I think I've even said last year, it's still 2 years away. And I think now it's still 2 years away before it's going to happen. One thing I didn't talk about was the Old World. I think we could see some more stuff about the Old World, possibly, maybe in Age of Sigmar section. Who knows? I don't know. This is all speculation now. Plastic Thunderhawk squats. Okay, we got that. We can check it off the list. Yeah, I am excited. Simply because it's over 6 days. We're just going to get massive updates and new shiny things over 6 days. Let me know what you're excited about. Which system? What game? And tell me, what is your wildest dream? What do you want there to be? My wildest dream is squats. Bring them back. Don't be cowards. An Inquisitor, an Epic 40k, and a Plastic Thunderhawk. Okay, I'm out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.